So today we're gonna do something with that riff, finally. What is up, Heartless fam? We're here with episode number 20 of the Sunday Riff Refinery. 20, that's 20 weeks that I have done something. And just like I said last week with episode 19, I don't usually stick to stuff. I usually lose interest out of boredom or what have you, and ADHD and blah, 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 blah kicks in and I just stop doing stuff. And this is the one thing that I've stuck with for 20 weeks in a row. It's a lot of my life already. And we're gonna keep going. Today we're working on another metal riff, and it's one that I wrote probably 15 plus years ago and just never really did anything with it. You've probably heard me play it in riffs here on YouTube or on Instagram and so on and so forth. And it's a fun riff. It's got a little bit of a southern hardcore influence to it, and I probably wrote it listening to Memphis May Fire or something of the sort way back in the day. And yeah, this is what it sounds like. So today we're gonna do something with that riff, finally. And for those of you that don't know, my Sunday Riff Refinery is the series where I show up each week and I write a song right in front of you. Sometimes it's working on an old song, sometimes it's working on something brand new. We write the drums sometimes, other times we use drum MIDI, but all of the time we usually end up with a banger. Usually, you can be the judge of that today. I will have the fully mixed and produced song at the end of this video, but linked down in the description below, you will find a link to all of my past Sunday Riff Refineries, all 19 of them that have already aired, and you can watch those as well. So today, for that guitar tone that you just heard, we are using a new plugin, well, new to me at least. We're using the Rhino plugin from Aurora DSP. And Aurora DSP has been kind enough to send this to me, so this is technically a sponsored post, although they did not ask me to make this video. They don't even know I'm making this video because this is my Sunday Riff Refinery, you know? But I was given this plugin free of charge so that I could demo it for everybody, and I chose today's Sunday Riff Refinery to do so. And when you open up the Rhino plugin, this is what it looks like. It's got a sick interface, but it's very different in that there's a lot going on this interface. You don't just have like an amp section or anything. You have your input section, you have your pre-amp section, so pre-pedals and preamp itself. Then you have the EQ section here, you have your impulse response, you have modulation effects, you have time effects, and then you have your output section. Each of these can actually be expanded, and there's a lot going on inside of them. So the preamp section, for instance, has 4 different pedals that come before the actual amp itself, which is cool because you have a lot that you can do with it. I am going to do a full review on this later. I just wanted to show you all what we're working with right now, and here's that tone again. I think it's sick. It's sounding pretty good. You know what? I'm going to put on some headphones real quick because I want to hear that a little bit better. And I do suggest that you all do the same if you want to hear the nitty gritty of what's going on, because we're going to do some bass today too, also with Aurora DSP. All right, now that the guitar tone is out of the way, let's look at what we're working with for drums. So for drums today, we're going to be using EZdrummer 3 because it's easy and because it has a little trick that I've learned to use with it. But this is the death metal kit and it sounds like this. Just an insanely versatile kit from EZdrummer, and I've used it on everything from rock and pop punk to obviously some good old southern hardcore metal here we're doing today. Now, the way that I'm using it though is not with the EZdrummer 3 grooves. I'm actually using the Loudstack Metal MIDI grooves again. And you've seen me use these in past videos. I'll link the video up above, and I'll link to the Loudstack website down in the description. Not an affiliate link or anything, I just love using these MIDI grooves. So what I was thinking is just a typical metalcore beat, and lo and behold, it's literally the second beat in the mid-tempo grooves, which is this. So if you're using EZdrummer 3 like I am, there's 2 different ways you can use this MIDI. You can just drag and drop this right into its own little timeline here and hit play on your DAW. Let me turn off the click track there, or you can drag and drop them directly into your DAW as well. I prefer to leave it within EZdrummer just because it's easier and I don't have to clutter up my DAW. I will drag them in there once I'm doing my final mix down, or if I were to switch to a different virtual drum or anything like that, I would just drag them into the timeline there. But now that we've got that in there, let's go ahead and minimize EZdrummer and let's record that riff to it because I think that's gonna fit. I had that kind of envision in my mind, but we'll see. All right, it took me a couple tries to get that one, but let's go ahead and double track that because that definitely works for what I'm thinking. We need a little bit of a fill to come into that though, and we'll do that in a second. So let's just double track this. All right, so now that we've got it double tracked, I want to do something with a little bit of a fill, like right before it. And I don't know what I want to use. We've got a lot of fills to choose from in here, so let's go to the mid-tempo fills real quick. And there's one in mind. The nice thing about using EZdrummer here with the Loudstack Metal MIDI grooves is that you can audition everything instantly and you don't have to go through your file structure of your computer and drag and drop it into the DAW or anything. EZdrummer just makes it easy. All right, let's see how this sounds. I think that'll work. Okay, but we need to go a little bit different with that fill for the guitars. I want to do something with the guitars there. So I'm thinking of just that same motif, something like that. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. Should we harmonize that? I think that doesn't flow as well as it could. It's not a very good harmonization. I think that's why. So let's go ahead and delete that. And we'll just do it normal. I suck at harmonizing. Yeah, that sounds better. That's sick, honestly. Okay, so for the next bit, what are we thinking? Let's go ahead and play to a click here. I know this is everybody's favorite part, is listening to me play to a click, but let's go ahead and just jam this out. Something like that? I don't know. What are we thinking for drums here though? Let's get the drums going. So we need to go back to the mid-tempo grooves and we just need like a, I don't know, a two-step beat. That's all double bass, we don't need that. No, we don't need any more of that. That'll do it, that'll do it.
That'll do, pig.
Okay, that'll work. Let's go ahead and retrack the guitars to that a few times until we have the groove down. Think that could work. Let's double track that and see how it sounds. Okay, we're leading into a chorus here, man. We always lead into a chorus, but we're leading into a chorus. And we already know we're going into a good old strummy kind of chorus here. Let's go ahead and just jam to the click here again. That could work. We need drums for it though. We need drums as usual. Let's go for something a little bit different. That's the same. No, too slow. That could work. Oh, that's a 16 bar one. Okay, this actually could work really well. Okay, I think I want that first one still. Let's go ahead and re-record the guitars to that specific, because it has that like specific drum, like kick drum beat to it. Let's double track. I like that. Let's turn off that click so y'all aren't hearing that the whole time. Okay, now I want to do the same thing but faster. So we need yet another drum beat. So I see. Haha, I wish. That would be fun, but that's not it. Let's go all the way up. No, too bouncy. Okay, that might be it. Okay, that one ends it really well. So I'm not going to use the rest of this first beat here. I'm going to actually just drag and drop this down and we're going to split that. So now that's got how I want it to go. So let's go ahead and record those ending guitars there. Do I want to end it like that? I don't know. I don't know how I want to end that. Maybe we do it like that. Let's try that again. Okay, that'll work. We got to change the drums a little bit though. So let's go ahead and go into EZdrummer again. Okay, so we should be able to, let's go ahead and go towards the end of that. Taka taka dun dun. Okay, that should do it. Let's go ahead and re-record the guitar to that one more time. Cool. That works. That works. I like it. All right. Okay, I think that's it for the riff, for the guitar riff. We need bass, we need bass. I'm gonna grab the GOC bass that's right behind me here because I'm excited to show you this other plugin real quick. All right, so we have the GOC bass. It is tuned to drop C, and I'm using another Aurora DSP plugin. This one is the Mammoth bass amp. And it looks pretty cool, right? But this is what it sounds like. And again, nothing that you've heard so far has any post-processing or anything. This is all done just within the plugins. So let's go ahead and track some bass. This is going to be an interesting one to track this intro to. So let's go ahead and just set a cycle to record and we'll get this. If I turn the bass back on, that would help, yeah. That was actually easier than I thought it would be. Okay, let's go ahead and do the next part. Okay, that was easy too. This is going a little bit too easy. When am I gonna mess up something? Mess up something major. I'm gonna do the chorus all in one go because I just like the way the bass will flow that way. So this might take me a couple takes here. Let's go ahead and save the session, shall we? Okay, took a couple of takes there. Not bad though. That's not bad at all. I'm actually really digging this. And believe it or not, that was it. I don't think I want any leads on here. I think that this actually calls for vocals that I'm not going to write right now because I'm not confident enough in my vocal abilities lately. So let's go ahead and take a listen to the final mixed playthrough of this Sunday Riff Refinery number 20. While you listen to it, let me know down in the comments what you would name this song. Well, that was it. What did you all think? I think that came out pretty damn good. And again, we're using all Aurora DSP plugins here, and they're all available down in the affiliate link in my description as usual. Please be sure to check them out. These are some incredibly versatile plugins. You're going to see a lot more from them too in an upcoming video where I fully demoed the Rhino plugin, because that plugin has a lot going on. We could never have gone over it all today. So much going on in that plugin. But thank you all so much again for showing up for Sunday Riff Refinery number 20. This is in the books, feels really good. I hope you all like this. If you do, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, help a guy out, right? Come on now. If you guys are watching this and you haven't subscribed and you like this even a little bit, hit that subscription button because then you might see some more of these later on. But yeah, that's it for now. Until the next one, peace and love, and I'll talk to you soon.